I'll sing you a new ballad, and I'll warrant it first rate, of the days of that old gentleman who had that old estate, when they spent the public money at a bountiful old rate on every mistress, pimp, and scamp, and every noble gate, in the fine old English story times. Soon may they come again. The good old laws were garnished well with gibbets, whips, and chains, with fine old English penalties, and fine old English pains, with rebel heads and seas of blood once hot in rebel veins, for all these things were requisite to guard the rich old gains of the fine old English story times. Soon may they come again. This brave old code, like Argus, had 100 watchful eyes, and every English peasant had his good old English spies, to tempt his starving discontent with fine old English lies, then call the good old yeomanry to stop his peevish cries, in the fine old English story times. Soon may they come again. The good old times for cutting throats that cried out in their need, the good old times for hunting men who held their father's creed, the good old times when William Pitt, as all good men agreed, came down direct from paradise at more than railroad speed. Oh, the fine old English story times, when will they come again? In those rare days, the press was seldom known to snarl or bark, but sweetly sang of men in power, like any tuneful lark. Grave judges, too, to all their evil deeds were in the dark, and not a man in 20 score knew how to make his mark. Oh, the fine old English story times, soon may they come again. Those were the days for taxes, and for war's infernal din, for scarcity of bread that fine old doses might win, for shutting men of letters up through iron bars to grin, because they didn't think the prince was altogether thin. In the fine old English story times, soon may they come again. But tolerance, though slow in flight, is strong-winged in the main, that night must come on these fine days, in course of time was plain. The pure old spirit struggled, but its struggles were in vain. A nation's grip was on it, and it died in choking pain. With the fine old English story days, all of the olden time. The bright old day now dawns again, the cry runs through the land, in England there shall be dear bread, in Ireland sword and brand, and poverty and ignorance shall swell the rich and grand. So, rally round the rulers with the gentle iron hand of the fine old English story days. Hail to the coming time!